Ravens upgraded their roster like crazy this offseason, and it's been real nice to see those players in action. Malaki Starks, when you watch plays like this from the rookie, he don't look like no rookie. And everything that we've been hearing from guys like Zay Flowers saying, hey, that boy Malaki Starks, he is like that. Just wait till we at full speed. Y'all gonna see it. He let us know from jump. It ain't just been all talk because we got to see it for ourselves. How he reads and reacts just like that. And again, with that play from the Cowboys game where he was backpedaling and then he broke on the ball, closed in on the wide receiver to break up the pass. It was just so smooth. He showed just how fluid he is. He showed his smarts. He showed just how much body control he had. Malaki Starks is a natural, man. He really, really is. And everything that we've been hearing from people, from coaches, from the reporters, the beat writers, but from players themselves, we getting to see it in real time. But let's hear from one more player, that being Roquan Smith on the rookie.
I am hearing the most outsized things about a very young rookie. Why is that okay to set such high expectations for this particular young man?
I think it starts with just who he is as a person. I think the way he was raised, then I think it goes to like fast forwarding to college, and like not many guys are able to go start at Georgia as a freshman. So being able to do that, just knowing mentally he understands things conceptually and like just mature beyond his years, and just his approach day in and day out here while we're out here, and just how advanced he is, it amazes me. And I'm like, I wish I was like that as a rookie, but like, man, he's truly special, and he busts his tail day in and day out, and always eager to learn more and see what more he can do to just become better.
And how does that make your job easier when you can have a little bit more confidence in what's happening behind you?
Oh, that makes everyone's jobs easier, where you can just focus on your job and not other things that's not your job, in a sense. And just the way he approaches it day in and day out, you tell him something one time, he remembers it.
Bro, he said it, man. When you can focus on your job, and she even said it too, how does it feel when you got confidence in what's going on behind you? He ain't had that early on last year. We all remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers too. It was just bad. And with Roquan Smith, he ain't looked so good early on last year, but I think a part of that was because he was worried about his job, but he was also focusing on this guy's job, his job, and he didn't have that confidence with everybody behind him. But now, everything, again, that we've been hearing about Malaki Starks, it sounds like they're going to be in even better shape from jump. And with everybody that we got coming back and everybody that we added to, oh yeah, we're going to be in some real good shape. This video is sponsored by Huel. Try 15% off Huel today by using my code Ingraven15 at Huel.com/Ingraven15. You can click the link down below in the description. Do you like saving time? I know I do. Don't you just love convenience? I know I do. That's why I appreciate Huel's Black Edition, especially the banana flavor. You know, we're always trying to keep you updated on everything going on with our Baltimore Ravens. My schedule gets extremely busy, and I don't always have time to go grocery shopping, prepare, and then cook an entire meal. That's why Huel, being nutritionally complete food, works out perfectly for me. Getting started is so easy. You just grab your Huel cup, and they show you exactly where to fill it to with ice and water. You fill it with 1 and then 2 scoops of your favorite Huel product, and the flavors you have to choose from are banana, chocolate, and vanilla. Then you put the top on, shake it up, and it'll come out perfect every single time. That's really good. Huel Black Edition powder has all the nutrients the human body needs, including the right amount of protein, essential fats, carbohydrates, fiber, vitamins, and minerals as part of a balanced diet. So I know exactly what your next question is. How can you get your hands on Huel ASAP? Try 15% off Huel today by using my code Ingraven15 at Huel.com/Ingraven15. You can click the link down below in the description. Fuel your best performance with Huel today. Before we continue, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn your notifications on so you don't miss a single thing. Now, a name that you need to get used to not only hearing, but saying as well, is Fub. Fub, Aeneas Peebles, Ravens defensive lineman who's undersized, but no, that boy is still a baller. When you look at the film on him, he just continues to jump out from the screen. In that game against the Cowboys, that preseason game, he got a lot of opportunity, and he made the most of it. Aeneas Peebles was constantly in the backfield. Fub was constantly disrupting the quarterback, flustering the quarterback, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. He was in the backfield a lot, and that's exactly what we love to see. That's exactly what we need to see. And I'm looking forward to it because Aeneas Peebles, yeah, he's a defensive lineman, so you can automatically think, oh, yeah, he's going to be a run stopper. But no, he's somebody that's going to need to be out there on third downs, too. Just imagine him looking to his left. He see Nnamdi Madubuike, or on some plays, it could be him and Travis Jones. And then he looked to his far left and his far right. He see Adolphe Away. He see Kyle Vanoy. He see Mike Green, who we getting ready to talk about too, because he just do nothing but make plays as well. But with Fub, with Aeneas Peebles, he's somebody that can be an immediate difference maker, but he's being slept on a lot. And my fault, too, because I ain't been mentioning him enough, because he's somebody, when the Ravens first drafted him, I was really, really excited about that one, because he just reminds me so much of Nnamdi Madubuike. Defensive lineman who you can move around. You can have him as an interior defensive lineman, as an outside D-line. You can have him do so much different stuff, but he is undersized, but he's somebody that you know, when they get that opportunity, they're going to make the most of it. A big upgrade to Baltimore Ravens' pass rush unit has been Mike Green. Every single time we see that 45 on the field, he is doing something crazy. Whether it's being in the backfield, whether it's getting a sack, whether it's causing enough havoc to help somebody else make a play, which he did, like especially on that safety from Keon Morton against the Cowboys the other night. Mike Green was on the field. He was a big part of that. So Mike Green has consistently found himself just pushing these offensive linemen back with ease, giving them a spin move, just giving them a ball, doing so much different stuff, but get in there. He has just been so effective, and it doesn't stop because we've seen everything that he's been doing in the games, but it's also started in practice, and it continues in practice because just today, Jonas Schaefer said the following. He said that Mike Green just had a likely pick six after Cooper Rush threw him a rushed gift wrap pass in the flat intended for wide receiver Malik Cunningham, who was lurking behind the rookie. So Mike Green out here looking like Ed Reed or something like that. Shout out to Mike Green, man. He just doesn't stop. So when he's out there, I cannot wait for a couple of Sunday nights from now to where Mike Green is chasing Josh Allen, flustering Josh Allen, just stressing out Josh Allen and showing Josh Allen why he was not the real MVP. Now, some more upgrades to Baltimore Ravens roster that we excited to see, but we haven't got to see them on the field yet, have been DeAndre Hopkins and Jaire Alexander. But both of them have been dealing with some injuries that John Harbaugh said they were minor. And the most important thing that he said about both of their injuries is that they will not keep them out of week one. Because it's like, look, the Bills game week one, it's not a revenge game technically because that season is over. There's nothing that can be done about the previous season, especially playoffs. That's done. But I still want to be all systems go, full go. I just want the Ravens to whoop up on the Bills. I don't even want it to be a close. I want them to punch the Bills right in the mouth. But we'll talk about that when we get there. But as far as DeAndre Hopkins and Jaire, they've been missing some practices. But today, DeAndre Hopkins, he returned, which was nice. He came back to practice. And just DeAndre Hopkins, it's going to be exciting to watch what his role is for these Baltimore Ravens. It's crazy to think that a wide receiver like DeAndre Hopkins, when the Baltimore Ravens will land him, that he would be a complementary piece to our team, that he would be a supplemental wide receiver to our other guys. But I really think a big part of what he's doing is just bringing Tez Walker on. And, of course, Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman, but definitely unlocking another level of Tez Walker. Now, with Jaire Alexander, he still hasn't returned to practice yet. I know Harbaugh did say that there's something going on with his knee, something that's been going on with it, but he said it ain't nothing serious. He ain't practiced in a while, but I think moving forward, what the Baltimore Ravens are going to do, which a lot of people expected, especially with both Hopkins and Jaire Alexander having previous injuries that they had been dealing with, I think the Ravens will sort of just treat them differently, to where they won't be practicing as much throughout the week. The Ravens will sort of just take it easy on them, have them do some light stuff here and there, but just to ensure that their bodies are feeling as good as they possibly can come game day. Something that we've been saying all offseason, especially about Jaire Alexander. I don't expect him to be the full-time outside corner for the Baltimore Ravens, at least from jump. I think they'll want to see how his body responds to everything, to practices and to the games and everything like that. And then it can be sort of a ramp-up process. But as far as outside corner, I think he'll share those duties, whether it ends up being with Chidobe Awuzie. Obviously, Nate Wiggins will be the other outside corner. Marlon Humphrey would be primarily in the slot. But Chidobe Awuzie, maybe Jalen Armour-Davis, TJ Tampa. We got plenty of options on guys that could be that other outside corner, but I think that's how they'll do it early on in the season and just allow him to ramp up as the season goes on and see how he does. John Harbaugh announced the plans for this last preseason game against the Washington Commanders this Saturday at 12 p.m. So it's an early one. So y'all be there for our live stream. Don't forget about it. But this is what he said. Harbaugh said that Cooper Rush will likely start Saturday against the Commanders, and he said he'll likely handle the player participation like the second preseason game in Dallas. That's no surprise there. I don't think we would expect any starters to play in that last preseason game of the year. It's time for things to get ramped up. It's almost time for cut down day. So a lot of these guys that we fell in love with, a lot of these players that we've been cheering on and rooting for, a lot of them are not going to make it. And it's tough. It's tough, especially when you look at this Baltimore Ravens roster and you see all these depth pieces just making plays over and over and over. It sucks, man. This is just one of the worst parts about the preseason is cut down day because you got to go from 90 men to 53. That's a lot. A lot of guys losing their jobs, and a lot of guys will go on to other teams. Some won't go on to other teams. Some may never play in the NFL ever again. And it's a very, very harsh reality. It's a very, very sad reality, but that is the business of the NFL. And before we continue, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications on because I don't want you missing nothing. Again, make sure you leave a like on the video. It helps out the channel a lot. But something that I have been thinking about, when you look at everything going on with the Bengals, where they had everything, all the drama with Shamar Stewart earlier this offseason, but their continued drama with Trey Hendrickson. You look at the Browns with all that drama that they had with, is it going to be Dylan Gabriel? Is it going to be Shedeur Sanders? Who's going to be the starter? Who's getting the first team reps, the fourth team reps, the second team reps? And now it ends up Joe Flacco being the starter, which is no surprise. But all of that going on with that situation. With the Pittsburgh Steelers, ain't really been hearing no drama out of there. But it is really, really nice that the Baltimore Ravens, despite Super Duper Kyle wanting the contract, Tyler Linderbaum wanting the contract, Isaiah Likely, apparently he was close to getting the contract, but then that unfortunate injury happened. Mark Andrews is in the last year of his deal. Travis Jones is as well. Lamar Jackson eligible for a contract extension, especially like next year when his cap number shoots through the roof. And it's a lot more players too, but we ain't been having no drama at all. The Baltimore Ravens have been drama-free. And I think that's something that needs to be even more appreciated from fans, from media, really from everybody. Because there's a lot going on, not just in the AFC North, but just around the league. And for the Baltimore Ravens to have avoided all of that, to dodge any type of drama like whatsoever, that's a beautiful thing. Now we're at my favorite part of the videos where we feature your questions. Send an email to teamkeepitclean@gmail.com, or you can go to patreon.com/Ingravenvids and become a Team Keep It Clean patron if you want to send your question on there and show a little extra support to the channel. I appreciate y'all. Let's get into it. First question came from my guy, Jerome. He said, 1 of 1. He said, what's going on, Ingraven? It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a little minute. He said, hope all is well. Is it me, or does it seem like there is no QB since Lamar has been drafted that can come close to what he has done? MVPs, number 1 seed, 1 million records broken just in the first 5 years. What do you believe Lamar will accomplish this year besides bringing home the Lombardi Trophy to the Baltimore Ravens? I mean, that's just the biggest thing. Of course, he'll continue to break records. I mean, I always say a joke about it, especially during the regular season. Like, Lamar Jackson breaks a record literally either every week or every other week, it seems like. They always showing something. Oh, Lamar Jackson just broke another record. He set this record. It always happens. So that's just part of the territory. But with what you're talking about, him being 1 of 1, it's unfair to compare all these quarterbacks that have come out, because there is nobody like him. There's nobody that can do what Lamar Jackson can do at such a high level. You have guys that can run, you have guys that can pass, you got guys that can do both, but not as elite as a Lamar Jackson. That man is just, he is real deal. He really, really is. And I still, and I'm sure y'all know too, I still feel like he is underrated as a passer. I really do. I feel like his passing is not appreciated enough, because obviously people are, oh, yeah, he can run so much. He can run better than some running backs, And he can, and he does, but his passing is still elite. It really is, man. And then I will hear people say, oh, well, he only passes so good because he runs around so much, and then he creates plays off of his runs and off of his scrambles and stuff, and then he gets the ball out of there to open receiver. That part is partially true because that does happen enough times, especially when his offensive line don't want to do on the block. But that does happen enough times. But there are so many plays, and y'all know the stance. When Lamar Jackson is just sitting there in that pocket, and when he has time in that pocket, and you already know. Like if you're watching on the broadcast, if you there at the actual games, when you see Lamar Jackson just sitting in the pocket and he got protection, it's game over every single. It never fails, man. Never fails. When you see Lamar Jackson sitting like this, it's either a touchdown or a big play every single time. Next question came from my guy, Emmanuel. He said, hello, I've been watching for a long time. I appreciate that, Emmanuel. Thank you. He said, I got 4 questions for you. Number 1, if you could have any Ravens legend in their prime to be playing right now, who would it be? If I got to pick one, it's definitely going to be between Ray Lewis and Ed Reed. I mean, we got some baller safeties back there, but Ed Reed is just Ed Reed, and of course, like Ray Lewis. I guess I would say, man, it's so tough and it's so annoying to have to pick between the two. But for this Ravens team, I would probably say Ray Lewis, because to have Roquan Smith be next to Ray Lewis, like, really, man, that's not fair. I mean, Ed Reed next to anybody, that's not fair either. But I feel like you can't go wrong with either one of those two. Then you still got Terrell Suggs that could boost our pass rush and run defense too. Lodi Nada that could just dominate them trenches. Like, we got a lot of guys. Anyway, he said, number 2, who's your top 5 Ravens of all time? And do you have Lamar Jackson over Joe Flacco all time in Ravens history? Ooh, that is such a debate right there. Top 5 Ravens of all time: Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs. With Lamar Jackson and Joe Flacco is tricky because Lamar Jackson as a quarterback, yeah, he's better than Joe Flacco. As a quarterback, straight up playing quarterback, and he blows Joe Flacco out the water, in my opinion. Joe Flacco is still a baller now, and obviously Joe Flacco, where he really turned it on after a couple years, it came playoff time. That's when Joe Flacco he went from, all right, I'm chilling in the regular season, playoff time, he went crazy. We don't know what it was, but we appreciate it, so shout out to Joe Flacco. So I probably had to put both of them on there because we see Lamar. We see him every week. We see what he be doing, and he is just crazy with it. He makes this stuff that he does, which is crazy stuff. He just makes it look easy. He makes it look effortless. He just be out there having fun. He's just out there be having a good time, man, for real. With Joe Flacco, obviously, he brought the Super Bowl home. So Lamar, he on his way to doing that too. He right there with it too. So we got a lot of love for both of them, man. He also said, if you can trade any wide receiver that we have for the top 5 receivers in the league currently, would you do it? And who would you do it for? Which player would you get rid of? Oh, man, to trade any of our receivers? Well, yeah, if I would do that, man, I don't want to get rid of nobody like that. Why are you trying to just get rid of our receivers or something like that? Like, man, why you got to do us like that? I ain't trying to get rid of none of our people. But if I could get somebody on the Ravens, I would bring in Justin Jefferson. I would bring in Jamar Chase. Like, I can't go wrong with it. I could do any, mini, miny, mo, really. And there's no wrong answer to either one of those two. But, yeah, I would get one of those two guys. And he said, number 4, if Lamar Jackson wins the Super Bowl. I need you to change that to win. But it's okay. He said, if Lamar Jackson wins the Super Bowl, where do you rank him all time? Oof. The best to ever do it, right? The best. Now, with Lamar, if he wins the Super Bowl, he's in top 10. Like, right? He got to be top 10. Because you can't keep saying, because I've seen people say, even if Lamar Jackson wins the Super Bowl, he won't be a top 10 quarterback of all time. He won't be that. But people will constantly put Dan Marino up there. They put Jim Kelly, but Dan Marino will be up there all the time. Dan Marino ain't got no Super Bowls. Last time I checked, Dan Marino's nice. Number 13 for them Dolphins, he's nice, but he ain't got no Super Bowls. So if Lamar got a Super Bowl, when he gets that Super Bowl, he gonna be up there for sure, man. Because you look at some of these records that he got, like the QB rating, the efficiency, the touchdown to interception ratio, everything that he does, passing, everything that he does, running, he does so much every year. I think people don't realize, man, this dude does so much annually. He puts up a lot of yards, a lot of points, a lot of wins annually. So that's why he's a historic quarterback, man. And he said, I appreciate your hard work, man. No, I appreciate you. Thank you.